kitchen, what could be more important than organizing those pots and pans? Please welcome Mairlyn Smith, our home economist. You're going to get us straight. We're going to talk about what you actually need, because you don't need it all.
No, you don't. But it totally is about your lifestyle.
Yes.
And how many people are in your home,
yes.
right? Okay, so I have four frying pans.
Yep.
So I have a cast iron one, I have a cast iron griddle,
yep.
I have a small frying pan for small things, and I have this wonderful non-stick one with a lid.
Yeah.
All right? Now they all have a function to me, and they're all very important, but when you look at how much space you have, if you really want to do it, you really only need one or two.
Got it. Okay. So depending on the size of your family and depending on what you're cooking,
yes,
you only need
big
one or
time.
two. Okay.
Big time. So if you're big into steak and grilled vegetables, you want a grill pan.
Yeah.
I love this. I love the cast iron frying pan because it goes right into the oven. I can do that.
Yes.
This one is for small, but I love this one. This is a non-stick with a glass lid, so I can see what's going on. And I cook a lot of stuff with leftovers, and so even though there's just my husband and I now, this one for me is like one of my favorites. So there we go.
We want to know sort of for each category, if there's a fire, you're not supposed to take anything, but let's say you could take a pan. The one pan you would take with you, is it this one?
Oh yes, Mama.
That's it. That's it.
Okay.
You're taking that pan.
Yeah.
We all have a favorite. We all have a favorite, right? The pan that you just reach for just because. Okay, so that's
just because I love that one.
Let's go to the pots now.
Pots
what do you need?
Saucepans. Okay, so
saucepans.
I think everybody needs two.
Yeah.
And once again, size matters. We've always known that. So
yes.
This is a little tiny one, and if you're living alone or you just the two of you, you can do your steamed vegetables in here. And then you would need a larger one for pasta, for chilies, all that kind of soup. Now, in my house, because there's Scott and I still cook a lot, we use this bigger one, and I even got the steamer in there, like the little steamer basket that so this is for mostly of my vegetables.
Yeah, okay.
And I steam a lot, and you know that I eat a ton of fruits and vegetables, and we all need to eat 10 or you'll die. Anyway, and then this one is for my pasta or for chili for soups.
Okay.
And so, yes.
It really depends on the size of your family, as you've been saying.
Yes.
If you had to pick one of this series, which one are you running away with?
Well, it's funny because it would be the one that I don't use as much. It would be this one if I could only pick one, because it would be versatile.
Okay.
Okay, so the versatility is really, really important too.
Absolutely.
And a big note, when you buy your pots and pans, make sure you get a really good one. So all of these I've had longer than two of my ex-husbands. So that is seriously important.
That's
good. It is, right. You get what you pay for.
Get the right saucepan.
Get the right saucepan.
Let's talk bowls.
Okay, now I bought these bowls when I went to Denmark 45 years ago.
Oh, yeah. Look at they're in great condition.
They've never gone in the dishwasher.
Yes.
Always washed by hand.
Yes.
The reason I like them is because, well, when they really worked really well, the rubber was on the bottom, so they didn't wiggle. The rubber's kind of sad now.
Yeah.
But there's a spout so you can pour things. Really important.
Great.
And I like the multi-size, but I also like the fact that they nest really well, and that for space, they all fit inside of each other. So those are really important to me. Yes.
Okay, so do you want to pick one of these?
Yes, I do. Because
what size do you go with if you can only pick one?
I think we go with medium, and I would pick this one because it's sentimental.
Yes.
I bought this set, and my mom is the same set,
Yeah.
and my mom is gone now, and so I think of my mom when I use this bowl.
Beautiful.
So my mom is in the picture.
Hang on to her.
She is going to it. And you can see her bottom isn't as bad as mine. Okay, knives.
Knives are a really important one. I think a lot of people underestimate, how much you have to spend to get a good knife, and then a lot of us aren't necessarily taking the proper care of them. They're not supposed to be sitting in the sink and water.
No!
So, we want to talk about what knives you actually need and what their function is.
Yes.
So what do all these knives do?
Okay, this is a carving knife. This is really important if you do turkeys and roast beefs all the time.
Yeah.
And if you are a really big meat eater and that's what you do, you really need this one.
Yep.
Okay, so you need a serrated knife.
Right.
You can't cut bread with a straight edge. It doesn't work.
Just doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
Yeah.
This is also good for tomatoes.
Yes,
if your knife isn't very sharp.
Absolutely.
Which is like a really bad thing. You need a sharp knife.
Yes.
Now, these two are kind of like my version of butcher knives, but they're both Japanese, and I really, really like them. Yeah, and this one's even got a melted. You see my nephew melted the... Can you see that?
It's got a story.
It's got a story.
So it's a little melty.
There you go.
That means it spent some time in the fire. It's a hero.
It's never.
What it is.
I'm never throwing that one out. And then you need paring knives. I have two. One's a ceramic and one's metal.
What do you like better? Do you like that one better?
I like this one a lot. It doesn't seem to. Yeah. It's really very handy. I like it. It's even got a little tippy thing. But you need a steel. And you really need to sharpen your knife, because if you don't, you just have a dull knife. Most people cut their hands off with a dull knife.
Yeah.
And always when you sharpen anything, always wipe it with the cloth to get rid of the little shavings.
Okay.
And also in the drawer. Now, some people have them on those things with the wood and they stick them in on it. And that's great.
Yes.
I keep them in a drawer, but I keep them in little containers like this way, so that they don't.
That stores them properly.
Yes.
Do you ever let the man that comes around with the truck?
No.
Oh boy. He's not allowed to touch your knives.
Don't be touching anything.
Okay, you keep moving, buddy.
No, you could take it to a professional sharpener.
Okay, what's your favorite?
This one. Because this knife fits my hand.
Yeah.
And it's not, and test drive a knife. Don't just willy-nilly go buy a knife. And once again, I've had these knives for a really long time.
Oh, they look good.
Really long time. And then the last category is, I think it's really important not to waste food. Like we waste so much of our food, and so I want to make sure that I'm storing it really well. And so I have a variety of things that I use, but just make sure whatever you choose is BPA free. Yes. And also if it's transferable to a microwave, a lot of stuff isn't. So you willy-nilly throw it in your microwave, it blows up, or you're absorbing bad things. Yeah. You know, like a lot of lead usually. Yeah. So make sure that all your stuff is microwavable if you use a microwave, but BPA free I think is the most important thing to look for.
Very interesting.
So, yes.
I like that you use leftovers all the time, and you put that on your Instagram. You're like, this is my meal 1, this is day 2, day 3. I love it.
Thank you.
I think that's the way we should be living, so we're repurposing everything. So good for you, Mayor.
I totally agree.